This is your degenerate power hour, your late night golden shower. Too ill to be sick, so thick you can't split. That carnival spin with the Rick this grin. I'm Joel, he's BMO, and this is Vagrants and Vandals Radio. There we go.
I was doing a lot of different dance moves.
Yeah, you were.
I know what you call that. I always like that. It's easy for a fat guy to do.
Yeah, I know what that is.
And then the dab.
Yeah, the dab. That's pretty standard, yeah.
You ever watch that show, Upload? It was on Prime.
No.
About before you die, they could upload your consciousness to a server, and you live in this digital universe.
Oh, yeah.
And he meets this kid. He's like, weren't you that kid that fell over the Grand Canyon? He's like, yeah. He's like, you did a dab on the way down. He's like, sure did. Imagine a kid falling over just doing that.
He's like, I better get one more in.
That show was good. Good shit. Shut that door, please. We're in filming. Thank you.
So we had a bit of an interesting conversation just before we came on air. It's actually during our sound check.
I've already forgotten.
So so my lovely partner, she's in this Facebook group. It's all like
yes.
like morbid shit.
Yes.
All right. And so we look at this stuff together. I have a morbid curiosity. The reason I'm bringing this up, though, is because during our sound check, I was doing a JFK impersonation. It's because I saw the JFK autopsy photos the other day, which I've seen before.
I think everyone's seen those.
I don't know about
It's like flapped up.
Yeah, he got his head blown
off.
his eyes, he looks shocked. He's like, huh?
Yeah, eyes wide open. They're still in disbelief.
Oh, shit.
And you look like you just close his head.
Yeah. You know, there's one of the conspiracy theories is that JFK himself was in on that.
On his own death?
Yeah, because he had Addison's disease, and it was, as the theory goes, he was going to continue to degenerate over the next several years.
I've never heard that.
And he knew that. Like, he knew he was diagnosed with it. So he staged his own death. Now, I don't believe that simply because I'm like, well, would he have really had his old lady right next to him?
Right, there was better way. Unless there was like some stairway of events that helped start, that led to something happening that he wanted to happen. But I don't know what that would have been. And yeah, again, you're going to traumatize your poor wife. Like,
who was like literally scooping up his brains.
Yeah,
like she
was,
like,
what were you going to do?
Well, she was just traumatized, you know. Like, I mean, just slop these back in.
Drop a gallon of milk on the floor, it explodes. You don't try to put the milk back in the container. It's done it over with.
You good, honey?
Mop it up and get on with it.
That is one of the few topics where I definitely think there's some credence to some of the conspiracy theories, because the evidence that we're presented with that it was a single shooter doesn't make any fucking sense.
How do you feel about the babushka lady?
Definitely an odd character.
I think it's odd, but I don't know if that really means that the shit had anything to do with it.
It's hard to say. So
the bitch wore a babushka that day.
The thing of that case that strikes me is that when Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested, he was shouting, "I'm a patsy, I'm a patsy," meaning he was trying to communicate, I didn't do this, they're using me as the fall guy. Now, you could argue, well, he, of course, didn't want to go down for this.
Right.
I don't know many cases, though, where the accused party is shouting, "I'm a patsy." They might take the stand and say, I didn't do this, but a patsy is a very specific phrase.
Normally, they want credit for said.
Right.
So, like,
for a high-profile
if you even agreed to, like, even be where you're at and for that to happen and you didn't take credit for it, you're going down in the books forever.
And that's the thing. Lee Harvey Oswald was a CIA asset.
Yeah, he was also KGB.
Like, this wasn't just... Was he a KGB?
Oh, yeah. You know, listen, everything I know from Quantum Leap, which is so fucking sad. Most of my history I know from TV. But, yeah, like, I know he tried to kill himself.
Dude had issues,
He attempted to kill himself in Russia before a meeting with the KGB. And then the KGB was like, hey, we need you to go to America and spread the word. It was that prototalitarian... Was that what he's against? He's against the prototalitarian. Hated Cuba, hated Castro.
Okay. So
Sorry, I'm trying to recall the episode in my head.
That's hard to jive with because Cuba, like the Soviet Union at the time, were,
right? Yeah, I get it, bro. Guy was unhinged, motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, and that's So,
and again, my source is Quantum Leap. I'm sorry, all right.
Okay, which is why I'm questioning.
It's Donald Bassario. What do you want me to do? Scott Bakula and Dean Stockwell. God rest his soul. Great man.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, it isn't just anybody who's gonna like. He had special training, like to pull off.
Yeah, he was a sniper.
Even the story that we're told to pull that off. Like, this is someone who had training.
I heard the gun he used was like not capable of.
It's been a long time since I've read up on the case, but there was a lot of inconsistencies that make you go, yeah, that doesn't seem like the full picture. Maybe he was involved, but that's not the full picture.
Didn't X-Files cover that as well? And Smoking Man was the one who actually killed Cage. I love that fucking storyline, bro. I used to hate it. I used to like the standalones, but now as I go back and rewatch them over and over and over again, I love the Smoking Man. Isn't that his father?
Sure. Yeah, I believe that was revealed.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Mulder's father.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So, yeah, but JFK, we were...
What's the cigarette brand? Sorry.
Cigarette brand? A Smoking Man?
Yeah.
Is it fictional?
That's fictional, based on real.
Is it
Come
a
on,
play off
bro.
of Marlboro?
You got this. Come on, man.
I don't remember.
You're like the biggest X-File fan I know besides myself.
I mean, it's been a long time, man.
Morley's.
Christ.
Same pack and everything, just Morley's.
But me and BMO were talking. Supposedly, the FBI or the CIA, one of them's in possession of a video of Marilyn Monroe blowing JFK.
That's
And I
probably grainy.
And we were just sure it been done back in the 60s,
Not
50s,
color?
or 60s. No,
Why even watch it then?
You're telling me you wouldn't watch that?
I would watch it for the historical significance of it.
It's historical significance.
But I'm not like it's not. I'm not going to get aroused watching it.
No one said you get aroused necessarily.
Like
now, Marilyn Monroe is a good-looking girl. I'd definitely like to see her going down.
I'd like
on
to
a
see
dude.
Norma Jean spreading her legs on OnlyFans.
Goodbye, Norma. Well, again, like I mentioned previously, she is dead. So I don't think you're going to see that. Pull out her 60-year-old corpse and pose it, I guess, for
She's
her.
flicking her bean and it just comes off. It flies right off her body. Oh, shit, that wasn't meant to happen.
Goodbye, Norma Jean. You know, there was conspiracy around her death that the Kennedys were involved
Yeah,
with
they
it
killed her
because he banged the whole
fucking
family.
he ran his fucking mouth in bed.
Who's that?
JFK.
or his brother
Yeah,
RFK?
probably both of them. But
yeah.
post-nut.
Those fucking Cubans. This is what we're going to do to them.
No, alien shit, bro. That's what I heard.
Where'd you hear this shit? Joe Rogan?
Oh, my God. He's going to fucking sue you. Not me, because I'm a devout fan.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
I'm part of the
Him
church.
and his hundreds of millions of dollars. He's going to bother suing me.
He does have $100 million. Mm-hmm. He wants you in the ground, bro. He's calling me right now. No, I heard that he divulged a bunch of secrets in bed. Like laying there after sex, smoking, just fucking venting to his significant other than
his mistress.
His mistress, but hey, I mean,
You,
fucking Marilyn Monroe, bro.
You're cool with this, right, kid? I can tell you this alien shit.
Yes, Mr. President. Shall I suck your cock again?
Yeah, I would really much appreciate that, Marilyn.
Oral probe.
Get down there with the way you blows a regular nor'easter.
I'll never be Marilyn Monroe ever again on the podcast, Roy. I draw the line right there. That's about as gay as it gets for me.
You know, she was a good-looking girl. She had that figure.
Yeah.
Yum.
I'm gonna bang the fuck out of
Yummy, yummy. No, you wouldn't, because you weren't rich and famous and powerful, you loser. You
Maybe
wouldn't have
I
been anywhere
get
near
it.
that Marilyn
Maybe
Monroe
I get
pussy.
it. Maybe I get it
Okay.
before she gets famous.
Dude.
Or like you, I'm older and I groom her.
Okay, now that's fair.
And I take advantage before she gets famous.
That's fair.
So you tell me.
That girl, she dated a lot
You want to be a star, don't you?
She dated a lot of rich, powerful men. What, Joe DiMaggio, I believe she was married to?
You know what also pisses me off?
What's that?
That, like, in this day and age, like, you can pretty much buy, like, a silicone pussy mold of, like, any woman that's, like, that's in the industry, you know, sexualized porn, this and that.
Sure, because, they've been molded.
Can't get a Marilyn Monroe, bro.
Now, they could approximate, I suppose.
But I want the real deal. Not now.
Yeah, no,
again,
Marilyn, she had that nice figure back in the day when it was like, it was all about
she was
real
good
skinny.
now. Like, thick
No,
ass,
she's
tits, a little bit of rolls,
She's
that's
good.
all right.
She's a good-looking girl.
You know, the body is meant to fold. That's how it works. Like, I think this Instagram shit is craziness to me. Don't get me wrong. I jerk it to it. I love that.
Thanks
shit.
for clarifying.
I
We
love
were all
that
confused.
shit,
We were like, would BMO jerk it too?
but my thing is, who the fuck paying for OnlyFans?
Plenty of people.
I think you have a problem if you pay for OnlyFans. That means you're emotionally invested. I just want to blow my load.
I don't know if it means you're emotionally invested.
No, I think if you're spending money on why would you ever spend money on it? I could go on right now. You give me 5 minutes, I'll go find a random bitch on Instagram that's got an OnlyFans. Yeah. I'll find it through their links. I get their fucking OnlyFans name. I go to Google. I type that in at OnlyFans leak video pics. I'll have it within 10 minutes, and I'll be done in less than time than that.
Send me this tutorial.
There it is. That's the tutorial, bro. I do it on my lunch break sometime. I see a fine bitch. I'm like, oh, you probably got OnlyFans.
Really? This works. Okay. No, send me the steps. I'll be testing this shit.
If I go to my, April, she gets my phone. She's
like, don't go looking. Don't go asking questions you don't want answers to.
Don't be clicking nothing. Recently visited show. Oh my god, it's all fucking porn.
Let me see.
Callie Lonnie OnlyFans. Like, whatever I can find, bro. Bleep her name when she's celebrity.
Massaging my sister's BFF. Yeah, stepmom's secret browser history.
Boom.
mypornvid.fun. What is Fapello? It's like
that. No, that's a site that specializes in the OnlyFans leaks.
Okay.
There's a Euro thought that's pretty good for that too.
Kazumi's first time with a girl.
Oh, Kazumi was on a podcast where a 3-way broke out on the podcast, and I'm like, this fucking sleazy
broke
bitch.
out on the podcast.
I'm like, I got to go watch. So I did on my lunch break as I ate my peanut butter and Nutella sandwich. Smoked my cigarette, watching porn in the parking lot.
Good technique.
Oh my god! Well, not in the parking lot. I was actually out school grounds. I want to make that quite clear.
That's something.
Damn! Look what my mama just got me. I got the best mama in the world.
Ooh, what is
That's a drum to the non-musically inclined.
A drum?
Yeah, you ever seen the guy who does that? He goes like, "It is your birthday." He's like playing the little drum in the water.
No, it looks like a miniature alien spaceship.
It does look like a spaceship.
We're looking at a picture right now.
It's like a steel drum. The notes percuss within inside of it, and they expel out.
I see.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Maybe you can perform it on a future podcast.
For sure. I've never met an instrument I couldn't play.
You just stole Stu's tagline.
What?
For sure.
Oh, for sure. Mine now.
Better sue him, Stu. All right, let's
please.
Let's get into some stories. You ready for some stories?
He's good at bass.
Stu?
Yeah, I mean, I can play bass. I know how to play bass. I started on that, but he like is proficient at it.
Okay.
I've seen it. Hey, shout out to Ted. Shout out to Mr. Severus.
Deadly Tedley.
I miss you, bro. You ain't messaged me in a while. Probably because I ain't been on. You didn't know what was going on. You was like your parents were getting split up, bro. You know what was going on? Were you staying with me? Was you staying with Joel? I'm big on the every other weekend thing, so he never loved you. I've had you from the beginning.
All right. This is getting progressively gay.
You know, he'd fucking Ted would fuck Marilyn Monroe.
I don't know what Ted would appreciate us talking about so cavalierly about his sex life.
I don't think he'd mind if we're having lunch with him, playing guitar and smoking weed. And
I guess we can put the question out there, Ted. Would you bang Marilyn Monroe? Any of our regular listeners would
right
you?
now?
Well, not
we will
corpse.
dig her up.
I don't know. She may be
You've won the prize. We're digging her up.
Dead Marilyn.
If we can't secure the rights to that, who's someone you'd like to see that's in the ground? Would he even know if we just gave him a random?
What?
You just give him a random dug up corpse.
60-year-old corpse now. You probably wouldn't.
Why does that thing look like a dick? I'm like, it's not a dick. It's dead.
It's just some rotten appendage. Don't worry about it. Just push it to the side.
I do miss you, Teddy. Get a hold of me.
Like if you could suck on it a little bit, though, we'd appreciate that. Real slow.
Can't suck dusted dick.
Can't what?
Suck dusted dick.
Dusted?
Yeah, like won't you put that in your mouth? Just poof.
I mean, you could give it a whirl.
It would poof in your mouth. And
it'd be like the
cinnamon
happens.
challenge, bro.
Wonder how long an embalmed body
Can we start that challenge?
is good for.
You have to do a spoonful of one of your deceased loved ones.
Like snort it?
No, swallow it. We'll call it the ass challenge.
It's gross, man. No one's going to want to do that.
You know who said that? The guy whose friend did the Tide Pod challenge. And now that motherfucker's in prison.
Oh, wow.
For instance.
Yeah, you're right. Lofty
Sorry,
ambitions.
you're right. Let's get out.
No, I do wonder, an embalmed corpse, because some corpses can last for years after being embalmed.
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't do that.
I wonder,
I want non-embalming. I'm going to request that, actually.
you go to that place in Colorado we covered a few months back.
I want to be put in a shack to melt with motherfuckers. I want to be buried in a wood. I want like a shitty, not shitty, but like just a wood casket. I don't need pillows. I'm fucking dead.
Right.
Fucking
Thank you for
put my
clarifying.
dead body in there. Mm-hmm. Prop my dick up a little bit so it look a little bigger. Do something with that. Pump it with air.
It's going to be a lot
They
of people.
put a bike pump or a balloon pump. That looks about a 6'5", right? Yeah, we're good. He pulls
We
out
don't want
like,
to go too big. It'll be ridiculous. No one will believe it.
you didn't tie it.
I wonder how long post-mortem in an embalmed corpse that an individual could blow a corpse if they wanted to. Now, obviously not to completion because there ain't nothing left.
Right.
And if there is, then we got other issues.
You're going to get it in a bad way, too.
Corpse is like,
Color's your nut.
what do you mean? It's creamy.
Just creamy.
Why?
White.
What color's yours?
Get a tint to it.
A tint?
Yeah.
Of what?
Yellow, maybe?
A little yellow?
Yeah.
Could be from the drinking or smoking.
I wonder if I hold it in.
Why? What do you mean you hold it in? You mean you just don't do it frequently?
No.
Or
I jerk off and I hold it in.
Okay, so you work
You can't
yourself
do
up
that?
and then you stop. You work yourself up, you stop to prolong it.
I jerk to completion, and right as it's about to come out, I just rub the tip of my dick, and I kind of clench. I clench, and nothing comes out.
Dude, I don't think that's healthy.
But then I pee, and I see like gloopies.
Whoa. Okay, wait a second. So you're telling me in these sessions where you do this
It's a lot. I
this
do it a lot.
little
I do it a lot.
stroking of the head of
Yeah.
your dick.
So
So
circular motion.
all right. So you're telling me like you build yourself up to get there, and then you purposely
No, I'm
keep yourself
there,
from
bro.
doing it.
Yeah, because I'm in a place I can't nut. If I don't have toilet paper or a receptacle,
Maybe a little self-control and just do it later.
I don't have it, bro. I run a loose ship here, man.
Dude.
I'm in control of myself. I run a very loose
So wait a
ship.
second. So okay,
I pride myself in being able to jerk off anywhere I'm at without leaving a trailer or a mess.
prides himself. So are you even getting the same pleasure out of it?
I don't even need skin-on-skin contact, homie. I can do it from outside the pants if I have to. I'm a fucking degenerate, man. I got a problem, bro. That's why I'm here to talk about it. Isn't that what this is about? Show is this?
I have more questions.
This is Sex Talk with Dr. Drew, right?
So all right, you get
I've
yourself.
always done it.
You get yourself right to the point of climax, and then you have a technique you use to keep yourself from blowing a load.
Yeah. First time it hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's good, man.
Like I went, it's like where you would initially go, it doesn't go. It just seeps out later through
Dude.
piss and
yeah, that ain't good, man. That does not sound good.
yeah. Sometimes it
Like
goes,
the natural flow is for you
I
to
feel
build
like
to a climax and then you come.
I feel like I might be spitting out like 18-year-old cum to this day. It's all backed up in there. Just some of it's yellow.
Yeah, I'd stop doing that, man.
One time it came out like Jello, bro. Not like Jello, like worse than like dry glue. It was weird and not fun to do.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Herbie had an issue like that for a while,
I'm
but
not-
it was temporary.
It's
and he
not,
went to a doctor about it.
It's not comforting that he's the one who had that problem, but I'm gonna listen.
He showed me pictures. It would come out like a congealed cylinder.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to.
No, that was 15 years ago. I
You
haven't
should
had that.
stop doing this.
I haven't had that. But was he doing the same thing?
No,
What was his
he
problem?
just had some issue going on with his body.
an
I don't know.
STD.
No, I don't think that was it.
I just know my head kind of like a tint to it, like a yellow, like a yellowish tint.
Anytime anything other than your urine is yellow,
Doesn't smell bad or taste bad.
that's good to know. You tell that, run that by your doctor. They're gonna be like,
Hey doc, taste this.
huh?
I jerked off in the parking lot. Hold on. There's a little bit. Try that.
Yeah, I mean, I would stop doing that if I were you, but
I've tried, bro. I've got a problem.
you may need, again, another reason to see a therapist.
Like I jerk off every day for real in the bathroom with the toilet paper and I
for
actually blow.
realsies.
But sometimes in the morning, it's like, if I got a couple minutes, I'm like, I can do this real quick and just hold it in. I have no mess. I'm good to go.
You doing this twice a day on average?
I jerk off probably 2-3 times a day.
Yeah, you may need to, yeah. You see a doctor, dude.
physical or mental?
Both.
He's like, both.
I mean,
Both.
I think a therapist could help you get to the root cause of some of these
How
emotions.
could jerking off 3 times a day be a problem?
Well, when you're purposely holding it in and then it's oozing out later and it's yellow.
Well, I just hold it in because of a matter of convenience. I don't want to mess.
It's like,
Shower.
listen, boss. I was being courteous when whacking off at work, but rest assured I didn't blow my load.
Right.
Oh, well, it makes all the difference.
Listen, there was no skin to skin and no mess, so what's the problem? I simply had an itch.
They're like, well, we have you on camera masturbating in the parking lot.
They don't have that.
Wow. Okay.
Joel's sitting here thinking, like, I always say I got problems. And then I talked to this motherfucker, and this motherfucker got problems.
Well, the difference is, I feel
Like
like
Dave Portnoy, but with a smaller nose.
I don't know who that is. I know
You know who fucking Dave Portnoy
You've
is.
mentioned the name before. I don't know who it is.
Barstool Pizza Reviews, El Presidente.
I don't know who this
I
is.
would, dude, I wish he'd see this and slap the shit out of you.
Who is this person?
How do you know who Dave fucking Portnoy is, bro?
Are
You
they
live in
famous?
You-
Clearly not.
Do you live under a rock?
Nope.
I promise you, every single person listening to this will know who Dave Portnoy is, and they're probably like, "How does he not know who that is?"
I don't know. I got a job and kids. I don't know every.
I've
motherfucker
got
on
a
the
job,
internet.
kids, and a legal wife.
Do you know? Do you know everybody
What
I know?
you got? I don't know this guy. He's a fucking. He does pizza reviews.
American businessman.
He's the
social
head of
media
Barstool
person?
Sports Gambling. How do
Okay,
you know this
I've
fucking
heard
guy?
of Barstool
Pizza
Sports.
Review time.
I've
One
never
bite.
heard of this
you all
guy.
know the rules. You have the same rules for picking a wife. One bite.
Man,
you all
he's
know the rules.
why are you bringing this guy up?
Because you look like him.
I don't think I look like him.
Motherfucker, I'm looking at this picture right now and looking at him. Look at it. Can you put your glasses on my phone so it looks like he's wearing them?
There's maybe a passing
You
resemblance.
the poor man's Dave Portnoy. You like broccoli.
Broccoli?
Yeah, that's right. Broccoli. Fuck you.
Okay.
Folks, I'm at like 8 beers, so hey.
Yeah, they weren't wondering. They knew.
We right back to it.
Okay. Do we want to talk about the experience I had at Wendy's a few weeks back?
I mean, can you compare to me holding in my nut and blowing it later?
I think it can entertain.
I think I think you can too.
A different way.
In fact, I got plenty to say about that. So please, by
Okay.
all means.
So a few weeks back, fellas
Real quick.
and gals.
Not doing a call-in or nothing like that.
No way.
All right.
No.
Oh, I miss the boys.
Okay. This Mr. I'm not doing no call-ins no more.
Oh, I will call motherfuckers.
Right.
I'm a co-host.
Stone cold hypocrite up in here.
No, we've seen how well the show did without me. It was laughable.
Jason's episodes did okay as
Actually,
he
you're
pointed
absolutely
out.
right. You're absolutely right. Those are the few I did enjoy because Jason's like, not only is he smart, but he does follow the alien shit. I think as closely as I do now. He didn't before because he was saying shit. I'm like, come on, bro. But no, I'm cool with the whole gang, bro. You know that.
Okay.
I'm just making sure.
So I'm in Wendy's. I go there on occasion.
What's your meal?
For lunch. Usually like a late lunch. Oh,
What's
do
your
I
meal?
get?
Yeah.
Usually get the cheapest thing I can. Usually like a biggie bag of some sort.
The fuck is a biggie bag? It's like a nuggets, burger, fries.
Yeah, they got a number of
Poor
different.
man's
There's
meal.
like 5-6 different options now.
It's April and fucking the kids' meal.
They got one for $5, $6, and $7. And cool thing, you can swap your drink out for a Frosty, which I do.
Can't beat
Good
that.
stuff. So I'm at my area Wendy's. Who the hell's that?
I couldn't tell you.
Why are you showing it to me?
Because you sent me a fucking thing on my Facebook, and I don't know what the fuck it says. Thought maybe you knew him.
Looks like some generic douchebag.
Don't say his name. We ain't giving no props. Fuck him.
So there I am at Wendy's, eating my meal. Now, this particular Wendy's, I'll say this. I almost never go through the drive-thru because the drive-thru, for whatever reason,
You were saying that.
it's always backed up. They often screw the food up.
That's Timmy Hose Monroe.
So, yeah, I just go in, place my order. Sometimes I take it back to the office. Sometimes I eat there. That day I opted to
By
eat
yourself.
there. Yeah, I eat by myself quite a bit.
It's okay if you're reading.
Sure,
You don't like someone who reads
I read all the time.
all the time.
Yeah,
I read 8 books in a week and a half. How many you read? Fuck yourself. You can't even answer. Gee, Joe doesn't even know what to say. Like,
I read
shit.
Didn't know we were having a competition.
Nah,
I didn't know this was Pizza Hut's Book It. I read every single day, whether it's news articles or my hockey news.
No, I mean bookage.
Yeah, I read books too.
Bookage. Fictional bookage.
Yes, I read fictional books.
What you read right now?
I finished up, remember the dude who wrote World War Z? The zombie.
Mel Brooks' son,
yeah,
right?
Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Or Max Brooks, yeah.
Max Brooks. Yeah, it's Mel Brooks' son.
He wrote one in similar fashion about the Sasquatch called De-Evolution. It's pretty cool. I read that recently.
Look that up. Continue on with your story.
So I'm at Wendy's. I pretty much had finished eating. And I noticed, like, it was pretty obvious from the comments being made by the crew there in the line that was pulling past the pickup window. They were clearly waiting for the food to be brought out to them, so they were behind. A couple people came in, and it was obvious. I watched them get out of their cars, and they came in to, express their displeasure, but none of them were being ridiculous. Then walks this one dude. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm about to get that shit. Read that.
This one dude comes in, and the moment he walks into the place, he's got entitled boomer written all over him.
It's a pretty pronounced look.
I'd say he's in his mid to late 60s, wearing his camo hat, his camo coat, walking in like he's tough when it's like, dude, you ain't tough.
This is not the old Wild West.
Like, you're a skinny old man. The problem is you're just white and Republican, so you think you're tough.
Now, was he wearing Republican shit that you knew that? Or
yeah, he was wearing camo out in public.
My kid's wearing camo right now. He doesn't even know how to spell Republic.
They're children.
Can you argue that he's not? I mean, his age is one thing, but the mentality of a child. Now, everything's got to be about the goddamn politics.
You going to make me find this motherfucker and ask him about his voting history?
I think we might have to.
I promise you, I would say 9 out of 10 people dressed in camo in public, we're not talking about like they're out hunting, in camo, in public, they're voting Republican.
Maybe he's a trans hunter.
Probably not.
Could be.
Okay.
It's not impossible.
I'm trying to paint a picture here.
Well, you're doing a real bad job.
Man waltzes in, dressed in camo of a certain age, loudly making a scene, trying to suck others into the scene. That's a male Karen. That's a boomer. That is almost certainly a Republican.
Yeah, well, you can't say that, though. You're right up to that point.
No, I can say it. I just did. I said it.
You can, but you'd be wrong.
Don't make me find this man.
I'll
find the motherfucker.
Have him on.
And then he'll be like, yes, I worship Donald Trump.
I sucked his dick one time at a rally.
Wasn't gay, though.
No.
It's not gay when you do it with your savior. Anyways, he comes in. All right, I'm giving you my read of the situation. The moment he walked in, this was my read. Okay? Loudmouth, asshole, entitled boomer. Comes in and immediately starts basically like, I want my food, what's the hold up, blah, blah, blah. And initially, he dealt with a few different workers. They're trying to calm him down. They're like, hey, sir, we're backed up. The order, one of the previous orders.
I make $13 an hour. Please give me a fucking break.
Bought 5, 6, 7 burgers or whatever. He's like, I don't give a shit. Well, then this one young girl was like, sir, she's like, we're not doing this. He's like, doing what? Like, he was not going to accept that he couldn't escalate the situation.
Right, he was visibly, agitated.
She was like, we're not going to start with the disrespect. He's like, disrespect? Don't talk to me about disrespect. Typical boomer shit.
God.
He couldn't stand having somebody in their 20s say that to him when he was the one who was out of control.
Clearly.
So at this point, they're dealing with a couple people who came in. They're like, hey, I just need a pop. He's trying to suck these people into his argument. And I remember he even told one, he's like, oh, well, good luck, brother. Like trying to form some unity.
Like,
we're in this together.
Give a fuck, dude.
And that was the one guy's. He's like, I just need a pop. They're like, what do you need, sir? So they get him his pop. And then the girl was like, she's like, you see there? She's like, it wasn't that hard. Like he didn't have to be rude or whatever. So of course, then the guy carries on.
Right.
Well, at one point he walks out, then comes back in, and I'm just sitting in my seat and I'm recording this and having myself a chuckle, narrating for you guys in the group chat as it's happening. And part of the problem seemed to be they were waiting on a credit card from whoever he was with. Because
what, clear?
He's demanding his money back. They're like, sir, she paid with a credit card. We need the card. And he's just kind of, when is this going to happen? They're like, well, as soon as we get the card. So the final act, he's getting more and more agitated.
Old people and technology do not mix.
No.
Old people and technology and young people?
Old people
that's
in
a
public.
volatile combination.
They're impatient, entitled assholes.
They're very entitled.
So I'm sitting there having a good old time recording him. And then he comes back in, because I have video of this, and I will be posting it. I had held off because the police were called. I actually got a crystal clear shot of his license plate. I gave it to the employees there to turn over to law enforcement. Law enforcement did call me a couple times. I called them back a few times. We could never get on the same page. I went back sometime this last week, and they told me that the girl... Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me finish. So...
Okay, Dave.
The final time he comes back in,
Mr. Porter,
he just starts screaming, "Give me my fucking money!" And at this point, the workers were understandably fed up. This girl comes...
There was no cash, correct? It was all card?
As far as I could tell, yes.
So this is someone that is, like, not in touch with what the fuck is really going on here.
I think he got to a point he was angry, and he wanted to make a scene. He was determined to make a scene at that point.
Why?
Because he feels some sense of entitlement over these
like,
young people who are beneath him.
But what do you get from that, though? Like, I'm not saying you have the answer to that, but like, what do you get from that?
He gets to go home and tell his Republican buddies, "I showed these young kids."
I fucking showed them, motherfuckers.
I mean, what else are you going to get from that?
I give you that. Right, I'll give you that.
So he comes storming, "Give me my fucking money." Literally what he says. And then a girl, a female employee, who I later found out was 19, comes to the counter, and she says to I'm pretty sure her exact words were like, "Get the fuck out of here." She's fed up with him. And at this moment, he leans over the counter, and he smacks her square in the face.
He didn't whisper, "What did the hands say to the face?" Smack!
No, I wasn't in a vantage point to hear that. You, from the video, you see his arm twitch. You hear the smack.
Oh, she got smacked.
Yeah.
Bitch slap.
So at that point, you can see it on his face from the video. He knows he's fucked up.
I done fucked up.
He immediately turns, kind of looks, his glances, his gaze is down, and he beelines for the back door.
Never makes eye contact with a camera, which I
don't
watched
think
for
that he
and
did,
I
no.
hoped for. Because I wanted to see that, like, just one single frame.
Yeah. Well, it was one of those situations like, well, what was he going to do at that point anyways? You've already assaulted one person.
Fight you?
And get his ass kicked? He was an old man, you know?
I'm glad it didn't happen because you have to kill that guy.
I wasn't going to have to kill him.
You raped him?
Quite honestly, had he made a move for me, all I would have said, like, yeah, I wouldn't do that, old man. And that probably would have been enough for him to be like, yeah, this guy's probably 25 years younger than me.
You don't want to do that.
Like, because I'm not going to play, I'm not a 19-year-old girl. I will take you to the ground.
Motherfucker. I mean, what is it with old mother? Are we going to be that way? We are going to be that way, bro. You know we are.
I hope not.
When we're 60, 65, if we make it there, you're going to think you're tough as fucking nails.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't even think that now about myself.
Well, right. That's why I
know what my capabilities are.
I'm very conscious, like, in public settings. Like, the time I had to get physical with that asshole at the haunted house.
Props for that, bro. You got that on public record. Choked that motherfucker out in the street.
Well, I didn't choke him out. I thought about it.
You choked him.
Well, Would
you have been?
Front face lock.
Like Chris Benoit?
Could I have choked him out? Yes.
I didn't go home and murder your wife and kids?
No. I made sure not to choke him out because I remember thinking this is going to look bad if the police come and I've got him in this hold and he's passed out.
Right.
And I thought, I don't know, the guy could have a heart condition. He had asthma. I could kill him.
Joel was out there looking like Ed Norton in American History X.
Bite the curb.
Yeah, he's got his arms raised up in black and white glory.
My thought in that situation was, I'm not going to prison for this piece of shit.
You did right, obviously.
Or I'm not going to jail. I kept thinking about Lincoln. I'm like, I'm not going to jail for this drunk piece of shit. Now, when it came to the point that other people were going to be hurt, that's when I put him in the wrestling hold and I took him to the ground.
You have to, being the one who runs that shit.
And that was the thing. This idiot had about 7 opportunities to leave.
You can't let that guy ruin your grooming operation. That would be such a waste.
He chose not to leave.
The smile on Joel's face is so funny.
Well, this is the thing. One of the jobs of the door person and the queue line actor is to vet who might be too drunk or dangerous to go in.
I was sober when I went. I had my kids.
Well, that's good.
I had my wife and kids, bro. I ever drink and drive. Ever.
No one was questioning that. But
the way you said it. The way you said it.
No,
I
No,
think
my
maybe
point is-
people get the impression I'm drunk all the time. I'm drunk when I have fun, which is doing podcasts, which now is about once every
He's not
6
drunk
months.
all the time. He's drunk every day after a certain
not even-
time.
Yes, yeah. From like 5 o'clock till about 10 o'clock, I'm inebriated or high.
All right, let me finish this story, and I'll finish the
your
other story. So, yeah, no, I took that. It wasn't well, that was the only time I ever had to physically remove somebody. There was times we
Yeah.
had to follow people through just to make sure.
You get pedos up in there?
I don't know pedos, but
Like,
you get
well,
creeps
weirdos.
trying to paw at the girls. Yeah.
I just start classifying pedos as a weirdo. Like, you start grabbing motherfuckers doing weird shit.
So my whole point was it got to a point where it was like, one, he was obnoxious. He was pissing off people around him. And at that point, it's like, okay, you're not getting in this maze to possibly harm one of our workers. And most of our workers are teenagers, they're young people. It's not going to happen. Like a lot of those kids, like I look at as like little brothers and sisters. I'm like, you're not going in at this point. So that's when we were like, you got to go.
Because you can't record in there, right?
Can we?
I know, obviously you can because you work there, but I'm like, you
We
don't let the people.
We certainly discourage it because it ruins the show, but people do sometimes.
I mean, I did.
So the schmuck, he just refused to leave. He starts throwing punches. He was terribly drunk, and it took a lot of self-control because I saw how wildly he was throwing punches.
Right.
It would have been very easy to knock him out, to hurt him. In fact, when we appeared in court, I didn't say it, but one of the things I was thinking is he should consider himself fortunate that it was us he ran into because he was so drunk and so in the wrong. We could have taken advantage of him. We could have really hurt him, and we didn't.
Right.
But yeah, so
Well, you by yourself could have done that. I mean, dude, like, remember the ankle locks you used to put on me?
yeah.
I still remember the pain.
Well, yeah, when those moves are applied
Bitches
properly, they hurt.
Figure 4. I got
Figure
put in that
4, yeah.
willingly in wrestling, and that fucking hurt like a motherfucker.
But like a front face lock is a good neutralizing move. And at that point, the person's only real option is if they're big enough, they could pick you up and like run you against a wall. Short of that, they ain't doing anything. Their head's immobilized. Where the head goes, the body follows. You got one of their arms immobilized. And he was gassed at that point too. When I took him to the ground, he literally went, all right, bro, I'm done. I was like, yeah, I know. You are done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, had the old guy approach, I was not concerned about that. Short of him having a gun, there was nothing. I wasn't concerned about my own
That would
safety.
be scary.
But yeah, that would change the equation.
I feel like being shot doesn't hurt as bad as they make it feel like.
I think it depends on the caliber.
Well, I think because it burns it. What did that movie Last Cast say? Like, real bullets burn the nerve endings, but they kill you. They go through. You don't feel nothing. They burn right through. Rubber bullets
I prefer not to
knock you
experience
the
it.
fuck out. Take one to the head. Lights go out. Don't come back on.
Thank you.
You don't watch enough movies.
I watch a lot of horror movies.
Not more than me.
Not everything's a competition, man.
Well, this is.
Anyways.
And you lose.
So, yeah, the old guy from what I could tell, he never looked my way. He goes out the door. The girl angrily follows him, and like she threw off her headset like she was going to fight him.
Oh, yeah. I watched the video.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm recording everything.
I love this spot who does this. Like, in his peripheral, he's seeing you with the camera.
Gives like a side
He
eye.
knows his
Yeah.
truck's there. He knows she's behind him.
Right.
Brain's like,
Yep, I got to get out of here.
get out of here now.
Well, he went into denial mode because if you watch, he gets outside, and then when the girl follows him, he turns back and responds to her at some point. And what he said to her, and I only know this because the girl repeated
Right.
it, she said something, she was basically like, oh, you're going to slap me? He was like, I never hit you. It's like, okay.
And Andrew was like, what do you think? I can't remember what he said. It was nothing like, it was just like we were pondering. And I'm like, listen to me. Like, that girl did nothing. You know how I know? Because even in the distraught moment of being struck by a male motherfucker you don't know, she politely asked Joel in a heightened state,
Yeah, she did.
please.
She did. She said, please.
Please get that.
Yeah.
So no, that girl did nothing, and that old
Well, no,
motherfucker,
like
dude, the universe will take care of that shit.
Whatever she said to him, and she said, get the fuck out of here, doesn't warrant him assaulting her.
What could she have possibly said that would have?
I'm almost certain that's
Justified
what she said was, get the fuck out of here.
But what if she said like, I don't even know, like, what could you say to
words are
justify
words.
that?
Like, there's no
hey,
justifying
honky
it.
fuck. Even that doesn't justify you slapping her in
Well,
the
she
face.
was also white, so
Even less then.
Yeah. So at that point, he hops in his car and he.
She looked Latino to me.
No, she's a white girl.
You sure?
Yeah, she's a
You
white.
were there,
white
so
girl.
yeah, you're probably sure.
So yeah, and he peels out, and I mean, I got a beautiful, perfect shot of his license plate.
Yep.
So that's what was turned over to the
You're
police.
posting all this, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it at this point. Why not? You know, it's the type of
Maybe
stuff.
because you're afraid of success, like me and Andrew talked about, and that's a viral video waiting.
Well,
to
you know,
happen.
I'd like to rope Andrew in on this conversation.
I would love to too.
So
He's gonna agree with me, bro. We talk every day. As my brother, we talk literally every day.
So, anyways,
Dave.
yeah, that's the
Dave Portnoy looking like this motherfucker. I knock in and see
that's
it, bro.
that's the story. So yeah, I gave them my info. I gave them the video so they could turn it into the police. And then I went back and I heard from another employee that I often order from there that the girl wasn't going to press charges.
I don't understand that.
Me neither, because it's like, what do you have to gain from not pressing charges?
Do you not have a green card?
Again, she was white. She was clearly an American.
Maybe she's from Australia.
No,
Mate.
no accent there.
She's like, good day.
She's
Brother.
Honestly, my guess would be she's young and she's just kind of intimidated by the whole process. Me, the night that the cops came and arrested that guy at the haunted house, they're like, "You want to press charges?" I said, "Absolutely."
Can we Dexter this motherfucker?
Dox him, you mean?
No, I meant what I said.
Dex?
Yeah.
Like Dexter?
Yeah.
So kill him.
No, not that far.
So what does that mean?
We find him. We secretly.
I'm sure we could find him.
Well, maybe you should not post this.
Because I have
if
his
we're gonna
license
do it.
plate.
But right, we could find him and definitely like fuck him up a little bit.
Why am I going to risk going to jail or prison
I don't know.
myself?
Why does vigilantes do anything? We're here to protect and serve, motherfucker.
I'd be on board for...
We vagrants and vandals.
I'd be on board with finding him and calling him and getting him on the podcast to razz him.
Okay, I'll settle for that. I'll settle for that. I thought baseball bats and other hard items seemed like fun. My bad.
So yeah, I mean, you guys can look forward to that video. I have several videos, but it's really just the last one where the slap is the coup de grace.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Oh yeah, you hear
I feel horrible for the chick.
you hear
but
that you see the snap and you hear the
we
very
all are in the
distinct-
group like, oh hell no, the fuck, oh hell no, this motherfucker going down.
Yeah, it's a shame she's not going to press charges because I mean that's the type of asshole
Bro,
that
this
deserves
is
to
a
go to
movie. We
jail.
whooped the fuck out of that motherfucker, leaving concussed on his doorstep with a VMV tattooed on his fucking shirt.
It is another example of just like the entitlement because here you are in a restaurant. It's safe to assume obviously these people are
She
all
makes minimum wage.
No, they're probably paying like $15 an hour at fast food nowadays. I see those signs all the time. They can't attract
What's
people for
minimum
less.
wage?
In the state, like $11.
That's
I want to say.
That's retarded. I think $15 right now, in my opinion, is like minimum wage because that's what everyone pays. Most people,
That's kinda
most
like
places pay $15.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're not going to have any employees. So that's
Right.
minimum wage.
Yeah.
I make just above that. I'm not in the Richie Wyandotte community drinking fucking gold chalices and shit.
Gold chalice. Is this what you think my life is? I drink from gold chalices. I've never even held a gold chalice.
No, you have a fucking servant to hold it for you. Who massages your throat to help you fucking swallow. You yuppie fuck. I'm kidding. You're not rich. Clearly broke.
Yeah.
Not as broke as me, but you're broke.
Um,
I got Joel lost for words. He's like, this is fucking weird. What the fuck?
So yeah, there was that story. It was an interest.
know.
It was definitely an interesting day. But yeah, no, I think people who act like that, I'm like, dude, like this whole crew knows each other. It's a good chance a few of them are related. They're friends. Like if they wanted to shit stomp you, you'd have been fucked up.
With your wife. Like, are you kidding me? There's no getting away. If they just come to you like, hey, bro, we need that. Yeah, no problem. Here you go.
Oh,
Find you.
Well, with the credit card, you're saying?
No, I'm talking about the license
Oh, the license plate. Yeah, real stupid thing to do. Real dumb. Same thing with the guy at the haunted house. Like people don't realize, like most haunted houses. First of all, the people running the show know the layout really well in that dark maze.
I would
that
assume,
you
right,
don't know whether
at
to go
all.
left or right.
Only advantage you have in a house break-in is that you know your layout.
Keep the lights
They
off.
say turn all your lights off,
Yep.
and then you have the advantage because you
Yeah.
know the layout.
And that's the thing too. Like you got to stop and consider, especially like in a haunted house, like how many of these people are friends? How many are siblings? Like
How many are grooming people into weird relationships? I don't fucking know, but a lot. I'm assuming.
Drive that to well, that's the thing
all
too.
the way.
Shirley was pregnant at the time, so I'm like,
I don't doubt
she was
it.
pregnant
Thank
with
you.
August, so I was feeling particularly protective.
Oh, in the house, huh?
Yeah, she was
I don't
showing
know about that.
Yeah. Well, no, she wasn't
agree
showing
with
too
that.
much at the time, but still, she was pregnant. She was well along in her pregnancy. Matter of fact, I remember
anything can happen.
and Shirley mostly worked behind the scenes. Somebody was just goofing around in the queue line once. They weren't being like violent, but they were goofing around, jostling, and I had to grab her by the back of her outfit and pull her back to me because they're about to knock into her. I mean, you know what it's like when your girlfriend's pregnant, like that sort of like caveman mentality kicks in. We're like, I will fucking kill you.
Dave Matthews concert at DT, now Pine Knob, formerly known as DT, formerly known as Pine Knob.
There you go.
We're there, and like we've been to so many Dave Matthews concerts, like it's ridiculous. I went to a concert.
I'm sure he appreciates his last name being out there.
Well, that's like a disparaging thing. We went to
I've asked him before. He don't have his last name in there. It's whatever. I'll leave it.
It was a tour. I mean, you can believe it. That's fine. It was a tour for change. Me and him went. But anyways, this story. We and April go. She's pregnant with Bourbon. Had to be.
Okay.
So we're sitting
first born.
and I'm pretty like, dude, at a Dave Matthews concert, I'm behind my wife on this hill, both hands on her shoulders. I'm tapping my feet and I'm fucking drumming.
No, are you sure it was your wife that your hands were on? Or was this like that Tigers game situation?
No. No, it was definitely my wife this time.
Call me a groomer.
It was definitely my wife. I've seen a video quite like that experience with another guy.
Yeah.
Had his arm on her belly, like, oh, shit. So this guy is dancing. Mm-hmm. It's like, you're younger. They're fucking high. They're drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking slams in April. I'm like, all right. I'm going to let that go. Happens again.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, the minute it happens one more time, we have a problem. He fucking slams into her. I fucking move her aside. He turns around. He's like, I'm like, you fucking touch my wife again, I'll throw your fucking ass down this hill. I'm like, get the fuck away from me now.
Yeah.
And he quickly gathered his shit. I'm like, I look at him, I'm like, dude, I'll go to fucking jail.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab this motherfucker. I'm going to heave us down this hill, which is like a decline like that, bro. It's wet. You could slip and fall that. Which I don't know why they even have that. Like, dude, if it's wet, it's raining, which we've been at Steve Miller Band, Styx, Dave Matthews, where you're on that hill and it starts raining. Jason was just there. He knows.
Yeah.
It is. One motherfucker falls, it's dominoes.
Yeah.
Jason's like, I never seen him, but this is what I told I was being seen from April. We were at the same concert.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I seen you. I'm like, I didn't see you, bro. I tried.
Yeah, people in public, like they gotta be mindful
Idiots.
of like other people's personal space.
I don't care when it comes to me, but my kids or my wife?
Right, yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
and I'm kind of like that too. Like, if strangers approach me for money or a ride when I'm alone, I'm much more receptive to it.
You do it.
If I have my children with me, have enough fucking sense to not even come and ask. I'm not risking their safety because you need $5 or whatever the case is. That sucks. That sucks for you. And if I wasn't with my kids, I might help you. But since I am, do not approach.
This is going to seem weird.
What?
And this is like a long time ago. I used to play Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And
Talking about Pokemon Go?
Yeah, you meet a lot of people. I met these two gay guys.
Oh, here we
I
go.
can't remember their names.
That's how BMO got his his holes plugged.
No, nothing like that.
Pair
But
of gay guys,
I'd always have
they spit roast you.
I'd always have the kids with me.
Well, this is getting real kinky.
So I'm downtown, and I got the kids with me, and we're playing. And they're like, "There's a raid up at Applebee's."
Yeah.
And I know these motherfuckers ain't got no cards. I'm like, y'all want to roll with? Because it's not just a one-player game. You need multiple people with you to beat that motherfucker.
How old were the boys at this time?
2 and 3, 3 and 4. They're young.
Oh, okay. So there's a Pokemon raid.
Yeah, they're
at
talking.
Applebee's.
They're talking, and they can communicate, but they're still kids.
Yeah.
So I got this fucking gay guy in my front seat, Britney shirt on, gay as fuck.
You just put yourself in a position where you were outnumbered.
Definitely was.
Yeah, not good.
But I knew him to a degree, and nothing came of it.
Sure.
They were like more than happy, just hey, thank you so much. Like it was
Hey,
nothing, but
you want a quick handy?
there wasn't a lot of hays. Dude, the gays love me.
We got a few minutes left. I'm gonna do our plug real quick. If you want to interact with the show, email us at vagrantsandvandals@gmail.com. That's vagrants, the letter N, vandals@gmail.com.
You check that?
Occasionally, yeah. we don't get much of anything. So,
bitch, dude.
Wow, these last 2 episodes really kind of off the rails, but enjoyable.
Fuck you. That's back to our roots.
Tell you what,
drunken debauchery.
Got some headlines. I'm not going to go into the stories, the time we have remaining. Just going to read some kind of like off the wall headlines, and BMO's going to give us his knee jerk reaction to them.
Hi.
Here's one: Charlotte, a stingray with no male companion, is pregnant in her mountain aquarium.
We don't need any more half-breed species of this planet, right? So,
hey, Jeff Goldblum said it in Jurassic Park. Nature finds a way.
My way. Is what's that gonna be? A shark stingray, or she switched to where that nature finds a way? Like you can
trannied herself.
Yeah, she fucked herself.
What we got here?
Like Cartman's mom.
In this centuries-old English pancake race, you just have to go flat out. Oh, the wordplay.
I don't even know what's going on there.
I'll tell you what I don't like. A flat ass. Not good.
Like flat ass or flat titties.
Not good. Not good.
No.
Not good.
Swift got a flat ass.
Really flat. Beautiful woman.
Almost inverted.
Beautiful, but
yeah.
But
no ass.
The booty, it's like
nothing. Not existent. It does not exist.
I'm like, girl, I got more ass than that.
Like, we both do.
Well, you're a big fella.
Motherfucker ain't that big.
And I fucking had to see his ass today, for those of you listening.
That you brought that on yourself.
Mooned me in the laundry.
You brought that on yourself.
Yeah, Taylor, no ass.
No tits either.
Not much.
That
Not much.
cooch must sing.
Not that we want, I'm sure it does.
It better.
Not that we're
It
objectifying.
better. That's one fucking hustle, bro.
What do you consider yourself at this point in your life? Your ass, titties, legs, what do you like? What's your kind of man are you? You don't have a preference?
My wife's got tits, so I gotta say I'm a tit man, but I'm an ass man.
Oh boy. So when I was younger, I was all about them titties. But I'd say, what are we, high-fiving? Is that what we're doing?
No. Yeah. But
Okay,
I met her
we're high-fiving.
fucking 10 years ago. Like, come on, bro. Things have changed.
Yeah, no, as I've gotten older, I'm much more about now. Brandon's miming spreading legs and licking cooch.
You can't even make eye contact if someone comes from.
I'm much more an ass guy now. Yeah.
I don't eat the ass, though.
Oh, I would. We've talked about this before.
I know.
I would of my partner.
I'll finger the ass.
I'm not just going to go around eating any old ass.
I'll fist the ass.
Fisting?
I'll fuck the ass.
She don't want that shit.
I'm not putting my...
You wouldn't tongue jack a
Take
shithole?
my dick before I take my face. I promise that. I promise you that.
Let's go over a few
No,
more
I
of
can't
these.
fucking do that, bro. I'm so
Really?
grossed
What if
out
you got
by
like
that.
drunk or high enough? Is that what it would take?
No, I'll chew on a booty cheek, like,
Okay, well,
you
yeah,
know,
sure.
which is even worse. That's just like some outside bacteria shit ain't getting
Oh, for Christ's
clean.
sake.
My kids are listening, bro, and they getting mini erections just hearing this shit.
Oh,
We gotta
well,
cut
that
it
maybe
out.
they need to go see a therapist after
They
this.
probably do. Their mom, they're fucking bothered. I'm fucked up.
Let me see what else we got here. An airport security dog sniffed out something really unusual in a passenger's luggage. What do you think it was?
Cocaine.
Nah, they just said that in the headline.
Bomb.
Something. Nah, again, they just said it. This isn't like the weird
It
news
has
section.
to be illegal, right?
Not necessarily.
Dildo. filled
Dildo.
with cocaine.
It was a used dildo.
Oh,
He smelled her coot juice on it.
Something's not good.
Here's one. An Oklahoma judge who sent more than 500 texts during a murder trial resigns. Clearly was talking about the case.
Yep. It was a male or female? Because I seen one about a female doing
Doesn't
that.
say.
There's a camera above her. They can see everything she was typing.
Like, this idiot.
Dude, essentially that's what she was doing. This lion, fuck, he's done for no matter what happens. Like, what?
Yeah, it's unprofessional. How about this one? Caught at border with pythons in his pants, and they ain't talking no Drake snake. New York City man fined and sentenced to probation. Federal prosecutors say a New York City man who admitted to smuggling 3 Burmese pythons in his pants through a U.S. and then it cuts off. Come on, how do you think you're going to get away with smuggling pythons in your pants?
It doesn't even make any sense.
Where are you going to fit 3 pythons? I could see 1. I could see trying 1.
Around the waist?
Around the waist, then you snake it down a leg or something.
I'm a big boy.
Because, I mean, those type of snakes aren't really
3
biting.
of them.
But, yeah, that's a little much. Because 1, you could be like, oh, officer, I've got a really large penis. But 3 of them?
Right. Well, I was thinking you roll the one this way and then the one down the leg.
Yeah, that ain't going to work.
But, again, they're like, what the fuck?
Listen to this
Doesn't
one.
make any sense.
Hiker kills coyote with bare hands after attack. Test confirmed the animal had rabies.
He maybe want to get checked for rabies.
So, real quick.
He had to got bit.
The other night, probably, Shirley and I had picked up August from her mom's.
Does he have rabies?
My son, he acts rabid sometimes, but no.
Well, that's the way you led into the story.
When we were getting back onto the main road, we saw a pretty large coyote in the median, just wandering. Yeah. I mean, I believe they are quite cowardly.
It had to be a yoke because a wolf. And
yeah, no, it was definitely coyote. And I think they're cowardly animals, but still.
By themselves.
They could hurt a child.
By themselves,
that's
they
the thing.
You get a few. Well, they'll go steal chickens.
Sure.
They'll jump in.
Yeah, anytime I hear these.
5 of those fuckers together, bro.
Sure, a pack of them's a different story. But,
we seen a deer on Telegraph.
Yeah.
It was like about a year or so, a couple years ago, me and Joel Ladd.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
we're not going to censor that fuck's name because he's a piece of shit.
I don't even know who you said.
Fucking mouth smell like an asshole.
Asshole.
Ever.
I hear these news stories sometimes of like an adult human being who gets attacked by a single dog and killed, and I'm like, how did that happen?
Sometimes I see certain dogs like some pit bulls.
I get like, okay, a larger dog, obviously, it's more aggressive breed maybe.
Callie?
But still.
I told that bitch, I'm like, come at me, bro.
That's the thing. Like
you
one
bite my arm, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Man, if I ever got killed by a single dog, feel free to mock me in my death.
It was a Chihuahua and ate you from the ass up. He burrowed into your body, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're old and you
he got to a point where his head was like right where yours was, and he inserted his arms like, "I'm a human. Fuck you."
Okay. Well, that is gonna do it for this episode. Any final words, BMO? Been good to get back here and.
Hey, I wanted to plug my neighbor's asshole waxing business, but she failed to send me the information, so I can't.
Well, you guys, you could be on the lookout for that. We'll get you there if you're interested in having your butthole bleached or your ass waxed. She said it.
She said bleaching.
She did.
Damn, April's about to have an appointment.
She did.
Unless you know how to ass you can go. I told you my stipulation. I need some white skin. I want no brownie.
And remember, be you vagrant or be you vandal, all rascals and rogues are welcome here.